Oscar Coaching Model by Karen Whittleworth and Andrew Gilbert. Have you ever had a coaching conversation that started with good intentions but ended with confusion? You talked about problems, you explored ideas, you discussed possibilities, but when the conversation finished, there was no clear direction, no decision, no real change. This is a common problem in workplaces today, because many conversations focus on talking, but not enough focus on structure. And without structure, even the best coaching becomes unclear advice instead of meaningful progress. This is exactly what coaching practitioners develop the Oscar model to solve. A practical coaching framework designed to bring clarity, ownership, and action into conversations that matter. Oscar stands for outcome, situation, choices, actions, review, a structured coaching cycle that helps people move from uncertainty to clarity to commitment to real behavioral change. So what is the impact? Oscar turns unstructured conversations into focused performance development, the core idea of the Oscar model. At the heart of Oscar is one powerful coaching principle: people change more effectively when they discover solutions, not when they are given them. Traditional conversations often rely on advice giving, but Oscar shifts the focus to thinking, reflection, and ownership. It helps individuals define what they want, understand where they are, explore options, commit to action, and review progress. This makes development active, not passive. So what is the impact? Growth happens when people take ownership of their own solutions. Outcome. The first stage is outcome. This means defining the goal. What do you want to achieve? What would success look like? What needs to change? Without a clear outcome, conversations drift. People talk about problems without knowing where they are heading. Example: I want to become more confident when leading team meetings. Now the direction is clear, outcome creates purpose. So what is the impact? Without a clear outcome, progress has no direction. Situation. The second stage is situation. This is about understanding the present reality. Where are you now? What is happening currently? What challenges are you facing? Example: right now, I struggle to speak clearly in meetings and often feel nervous when asked questions. This stage creates honesty because you cannot move forward without understanding where you stand. Situation brings clarity. So, what is the impact? You cannot change what you have not acknowledged. C. Choices. The third stage is choices. Now we explore possibilities. What could you do? What options are available? What strategies might help? What alternatives exist? Example: prepare meeting notes in advance practice, speaking in smaller groups, ask for structured agendas. Observe confident speakers receive feedback from a colleague. This stage is important because it opens thinking. Instead of one solution, there are many. Choice builds empowerment. So what is the impact? Awareness of options creates confidence and flexibility. Actions. Now comes actions. This is where thinking becomes commitment. What will you actually do? What steps will you take? When will you do them? Example: I will prepare a simple outline before every meeting and speak at least once in each session to build confidence. This stage transforms intention into behavior. Without action, coaching stays theoretical. With action, change begins. So, what is the impact? Action is where intention becomes reality. Review. Finally comes review. This means checking progress. What worked? What did not? What changed? What did you learn? Review is what turns coaching into a learning cycle, because improvement is not a one-time event. It is continuous adjustment. Example: after 2 weeks, I noticed I felt more prepared and less anxious when speaking in meetings. This reflection strengthens learning and guides the next cycle of improvement. So, what is the impact? Review ensures that progress is sustained, not lost. Why the Oscar model matters in leadership. Modern leadership is not just about giving instructions, it is about developing people, and people develop faster when they think for themselves, explore their own solutions, take ownership of actions, reflect on outcomes. Oscar helps leaders move away from telling and move toward coaching. This makes it powerful in performance conversations, coaching sessions, leadership development, mentoring relationships, HR support discussions, because structured coaching builds stronger capability than unstructured advice. Real workplace example. Imagine an employee says, "I feel stuck in my role and don't know how to progress." Without structure, the manager might give advice, but with Oscar, outcome. What would you like to achieve in your role? Situation. What is currently stopping you? Choices. What options do you think you have? Actions. What will you do next? Review. How will you track your progress? Now the employee leaves with clarity, not confusion. Direction, not dependency. Advantages and limitations of Oscar. Advantages. Creates structured coaching conversations, builds ownership and responsibility, improves clarity and focus, encourages problem-solving thinking, supports personal development, reduces dependency on managers. Limitations. Requires time and patience, depends on good questioning skills, can feel structured if used too rigidly. Some individuals struggle with self-reflection initially. Still, it remains one of the most practical coaching models for real workplace development. Where Oscar is used today. The Oscar model is widely used in leadership coaching, performance management, HR development conversations, mentoring programs, executive coaching, organizational development training, anywhere people are being supported to grow through structured dialogue. Oscar is highly effective. Key lesson. The Oscar model teaches a simple but powerful truth. People do not change because they are told what to do. They change when they discover, own, and act on their own solutions. A conversation without structure may feel helpful, but a structured coaching process creates transformation. So ask yourself, when you support others, are you giving answers, or are you creating clarity that leads to action? Take a moment, pause and reflect. Grab a pen, pencil it down. Outcome, situation, choices, actions, review. Then ask, which stage do I usually skip when I support others? I hope this brought value to you, and I'm wishing you abundant success. Take a moment, pause for thought. What would you like to learn and explore next?